Have you ever felt like the world gets quieter when you make an important decision? As if the people around you drift away, leaving you to face the weight of your choices alone? This feeling can be unsettling, but it's one that many experience during life transitions. The question is this loneliness a weakness, or could it be the foundation for something greater? Today, we're going to explore the fine line between loneliness and emotional independence and how this journey can be the key to personal growth. Whether you're starting a new career, ending a relationship, or embarking on a fresh chapter in your life, understanding the role of solitude can transform the way you navigate change. By the end of this video, you'll have a new perspective on loneliness and discover practical ways to turn it into a source of strength. Let's dive in. There are moments in life when change challenges us in unexpected ways. Maybe you've recently switched careers, decided to end a relationship, or are searching for a new purpose. These transitions carry an emotional weight that's hard to ignore, and with this weight, loneliness often follows. Loneliness in these moments isn't just about being physically alone. It's the feeling that as you make these choices, you've lost some connection with others, or even with yourself. This feeling often arises because significant changes can lead to decisions that not everyone understands. Friends and family may not see things from your perspective, and this inevitably creates a sense of isolation. It's important to recognize that feeling this way doesn't mean you're wrong or that your decisions are misguided. On the contrary, loneliness during life transitions is often a sign of growth. Change requires courage, and courage doesn't always find immediate support. That sense of being alone reflects the space that opens up as you redefine your identity and strive for something greater. For instance, think of someone who chooses to leave a stable job to pursue a dream. This decision might distance them from friends who don't understand their motivation, or even create tension with loved ones who value security over risk. Yet, this loneliness can also be the perfect opportunity for that person to strengthen their resolve and discover resilience they never knew they had. This process of transition is like a storm, chaotic at first, but necessary to bring renewal. By embracing these changes, you create fertile ground for a future more aligned with your values and desires. Here, loneliness, often seen as an enemy, reveals itself as a powerful ally. Now that we understand the role of loneliness in these transitions, let's explore how it can become the foundation for something even greater: emotional independence. If loneliness is the storm that accompanies life transitions, emotional independence is the shelter you build within it. But what exactly does it mean to be emotionally independent? And why is it so crucial, especially when you feel alone? Emotional independence is the ability to trust your own choices and sustain yourself emotionally without constantly relying on external validation or support. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or devaluing human connections. On the contrary, being emotionally independent allows you to engage in healthier relationships, free from unrealistic expectations about others fulfilling your inner needs. During times of transition, this independence becomes essential. Think about the major decisions you've made in life. Have you ever asked yourself, am I doing this for me or to please others? When you cultivate emotional independence, the answer to that question becomes clear. Your choices are no longer driven by fear of disapproval or a desire for validation. Instead, they reflect your core values, desires, and aspirations. Here's where the relationship between loneliness and emotional independence comes into focus. Loneliness creates a space for you to listen to yourself. In a world filled with external voices, friends' opinions, societal norms, family expectations, being alone may be the only way to hear your own truth. This solitude, though uncomfortable, is fertile ground for growth. In the quiet, you find the strength to understand yourself better and step by step, learn to trust your own judgment. Consider stories of great achievements. Often people who made transformative decisions had to face loneliness before reaching success. Steve Jobs, for instance, was fired from the company he founded. During this time, he had to rely on his vision and intuition, even when it seemed like the world was against him. This period of isolation was pivotal in his journey, enabling him to return stronger and lead the creation of groundbreaking products. Thus, emotional independence is not just a practical skill, but a form of liberation. It's the freedom to follow a path that resonates with your essence, even if temporarily that path feels lonely. And the more you develop this independence, the less loneliness becomes an obstacle, and the more it transforms into a moment of empowerment. Now that we understand the concept of emotional independence, let's explore how loneliness can become an opportunity for personal growth. Loneliness, as challenging as it may feel, holds a transformative potential. When approached with intention, it can become a catalyst for self-discovery and personal growth. After all, it's in the quiet moments that we often reconnect with who we truly are. But how can you turn this difficult state into something positive and enriching? The first step is acceptance. It's natural to resist loneliness, especially when it arrives unexpectedly. We're tempted to fill it with distractions, searching for quick fixes to escape the discomfort. However, accepting loneliness as part of the growth process is essential. Remember, it doesn't define who you are. It reflects the moment you're in. By embracing loneliness, you create space for important reflections and a reunion with your true needs and desires. After acceptance comes the task of building self-confidence. This is your chance to strengthen your relationship with yourself. Start with small actions that demonstrate care and respect for who you are. Practice self-care in all its forms: physical, emotional, and mental. A simple yet powerful exercise is journaling your thoughts and feelings. This practice not only helps organize your ideas, but also allows you to track your progress over time. Additionally, adopting a positive mindset toward loneliness is critical. Instead of viewing it as something negative, start seeing it as an opportunity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment? Or, how can I use this time to move closer to my goals? Reframing your perspective transforms discomfort into a powerful tool for growth. Practical activities like meditation and journaling can help cultivate this mindset. Meditation calms the mind, allowing you to observe your thoughts without judgment. Journaling provides a space to explore deep emotions and identify patterns that need change. Both practices create moments of introspection that are fundamental to personal development. Another way to turn loneliness into growth is by seeking inspiration from stories of resilience. Many people have faced loneliness only to emerge stronger and more fulfilled. Nelson Mandela, for example, spent 27 years in prison. During that time, he not only endured isolation, but used it to reflect on his purpose and strengthen his resolve. His ability to transform isolation into resilience continues to inspire millions. Finally, remember that you don't have to face this journey entirely alone. While loneliness is part of the process, connecting with others who understand your experience can be incredibly valuable. Support groups, online communities, or even a close circle of friends can provide encouragement without compromising your emotional independence. These connections serve as a reminder that even in moments of solitude, you're not truly alone. When approached as an opportunity, loneliness becomes a gift. It's the space where you can redefine your values, reassess your priorities, and uncover strengths you never knew you had. It's the moment to plant the seeds that will grow into your emotional independence. With that in mind, let's move on to the next step. Practical strategies to strengthen your emotional independence and create a healthy balance between solitude and connection. Now that we've explored the importance of loneliness in personal growth, it's time to turn this understanding into action. Cultivating emotional independence doesn't happen overnight. It's a continuous process that involves building practical skills and adopting a resilient mindset. The first strategy is to develop emotional self-sufficiency. This means learning how to manage your own emotions without overly relying on external validation. A good starting point is identifying thought patterns that lead you to constantly seek approval from others. For instance, do you hesitate to make decisions out of fear of criticism? If so, try replacing these thoughts with positive affirmations, such as, "I am capable of making choices that reflect my values and needs." Another key step is strengthening your support network. While emotional independence involves relying on yourself, it doesn't mean you have to face everything alone. Meaningful connections with people who respect your journey and boundaries are essential. Seek out friends, mentors, or groups that share similar values. These relationships can provide support without undermining your autonomy, creating a balance between interdependence and independence. Finding the balance between loneliness and connection is equally important. Solitude is a time for self-reflection, but engaging with others can enrich your perspective. Set aside time for both. Periods of solitude to focus on your growth and moments of interaction to exchange ideas and experiences. This helps prevent complete isolation while reinforcing your ability to be comfortable with yourself. Additionally, staying focused on your goals can anchor your emotional independence. When you're clear about what you want to achieve, it's easier to ignore external distractions and opinions that don't add value to your journey. Create a list of clear goals and revisit it regularly to maintain your motivation. Ask yourself, how does this decision bring me closer to what I want to build? Finally, establish daily habits that support your emotional independence. Small rituals, such as practicing gratitude, meditating, or exercising, help create a solid foundation for emotional well-being. Consistency in these habits is more important than perfection. Every small step contributes to a larger sense of progress. As you implement these strategies, you'll begin to notice a shift in how you approach life's challenges. Emotional independence becomes more than a skill. It becomes a state of being, enabling you to move forward confidently even when faced with loneliness. With these tools in hand, you're ready to transform loneliness into strength, achieve a healthy balance, and most importantly, live in alignment with your true self. Loneliness, as challenging as it may feel, doesn't have to be an obstacle. It can be the doorway to self-discovery, the unveiling of inner strengths, and above all, the foundation for emotional independence. Every moment of solitude is an opportunity to listen to your own voice in a world filled with external noise. It's in silence that clarity emerges, and in discomfort that transformation begins. Throughout this video, we've explored how loneliness is intricately tied to life transitions and how it can be turned into a powerful ally. You've learned practical strategies to cultivate self-sufficiency, balance solitude and connection, and stay focused on your goals. Now the power is in your hands. How can you use loneliness to strengthen your journey? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message today.